doing I Say My Life. So it's a bit like I draw my life, I animate my life, all that crazy stuff, but I have notched it up a little with I Say My Life. So let's get on with it. So I was born in England 2018, November the 9th. And I remember when we went to Turkey and everyone wanted a picture of me because I had such curly hair when I was little. So moving on to my little injury. So at Turkey I fell down a step and I basically had to get a stitch on my nose, like butterfly stitches, because it was a really deep cut and I still have the scar now. So also I remember when this is another injury about my life, and I had to get a massive stitch going down my left eye, like at the side of my left eye, because I was so excited to play with my new toys. So after dinner I ran and I literally we had a sharp corner on the wall and my eye rammed straight onto it. So now moving on to my siblings. So my siblings are Alexander Black, Samuel Black, some people call him Sam, and he has a YouTube name called Sam Black Gaming, so shout out to Samuel. And Sophie, she is all over on Twitter and Snapchat, all that stuff. Sophie's gone into college, but she's just she got a job to work at McDonald's, but she found it that bad that she went back to be a wiser. And now moving on to my mum and dad. So my mum's called Annette Black, and she has a husband, which is my dad today, and his name, my dad's name, is Eddie Black. So if you know these people, please check out Ready to Go Art, and please subscribe to her, my mum, because I have literally taken over with subscribers, guys. I've taken my mum over with her own subscribers. So now moving on to my nans and my granddad. So my mum's dad has sadly passed away about a day before I was born. So I didn't really get to see him, but we have photos of him, so I can still, So now moving on to my mum's mum. My mum's mum is named Doris Cook. So it was really funny because, sorry Nan if you're watching this, but we have a storm coming at the moment and it's called Storm Doris, and my nan's name is called Doris. So we were all laughing. And now moving on to when I got my first ever hamster. Now, sadly, like every animal has to do, and every human, it has sadly passed away, and, you know, we buried it in the back garden. That was close. Yep. Now moving on to when I got my dog. My first ever dog. So, when I got my dog Tyler, he was like the best friend to me. So I never thought I would ever have a dog like him. But he always listens. He always, you know, does all the stuff that's, you know, good for me. And when I'm ever sad, he always cheers me up by letting him stroke him. So, now moving on to when I added on to my YouTube career. So, I got my YouTube career when I was about 7, now I'm 8 now, so I've had it for about a year. And now I'm going to thank you for my subscribers. So thank you guys so much if you have, you know, subscribed to the channel, because I know you don't think 26 subscribers is a lot, but it is to me, because I don't know how any YouTuber like PewDiePie can get 50 million subscribers. It's just amazing. So I think it's like, so I think you're actually helping me with, you know, my YouTube channel, because you guys are honestly the best. So I just want to thank you for that before we start one of the main bits of the video. Now let's move on to when I got to school, like when I went to Pilgrim's Cross. Now Pilgrim's Cross is honestly the best school in the whole entire world, because when I went to my old primary school, it was rubbish. We had horrible food, and every teacher, you know, was mean to us and stuff. And we had horrible food, like I just said, and it was just horrible. I don't know how I stayed there for like, oh, luckily my mum took me out, like, took me out of that school, because I could not have had any more of it. So if your child goes to Vigo, please send them to Pilgrim's Cross, because it's a way better place and it's way more fun than just a normal school. We do art, we do after school clubs, we basically do lunchtime clubs, like, it's so fun there. And now moving on to my best friends. I got my first boyfriend when I was about 7. He was about 8 at the time, but I moved on to 8. So sadly he had to leave school to go to Bath, because his dad left the army and he had to leave school. So James, if you magically have a TV and if you're watching this video, I miss you. So now moving on to my bestest friend of all time, Jasmine May Mills. Now Jasmine has been the light to guide me, literally. Even though she's 7, 9, 8 now, she is the best friend an 8-year-old can have. Now, when we went to Hungry Horse one day, there was this big bully. Like, she said that Jasmine's eyes were weird. She said, oh, I don't want to be a friend because you're 7, I'm 8. So I just stuck by Jasmine's side and I never ever left her. Even though we had a few arguments, it's basically, well, you know. We're still friends. We were friends since we were about 5. Yeah, when we were about 5. Now moving on to some of the boys that are my friends. I didn't want to say boyfriends because that wouldn't have made sense. So moving on to the boys that are my friends. Jamie Hedges. Now Jamie Hedges loves football, and even so can girls, so I in fact love football myself. So me and Jasmine have been training with him. We've gone to teams, we've played football when it was the summer, and yep. So yeah, now one of the second friends that a boy is Jody. So Jody is so funny, and he like has this really high pitched voice, like goes, yeah God, like he sounds like he's so cute and he's a 5-year-old. Oh yeah, there's a drag phrase. Yep. So now moving on to I shouldn't be naming names because this is, I could get in trouble if, but I'm not naming names, but I am going to tell you about it. So I'm not going to name any names. But we have this like girl in our school, and she pretends to be a animatronic from Five Nights at Freddy's. She's been freaking us out. She's basically been trying to freak us out. She said, oh, I'm going to kill you. Oh, come on, that was so close, dude. And she's just been really annoying me and Jasmine. Jasmine has almost been crying about it. And she has basically... yeah. Why did my dad get this car? So now it's moving on to my teachers. Now Miss Harris could have been the nicest teacher in the world, but now we're in year 3, we can't have Miss Harris anymore. So Jasmine and I were really upset, and now moving on to our teacher now, Miss Castle. So Miss Castle has been the nicest person in, well, the world, just like Miss Harris, because she's really arty. Every math she does like little jokes, she does picture jokes, and she's just really, really funny. So yeah, Miss Castle is the best, one of the best teachers. So now moving on to the Din ladies. Now, some of the Din ladies are a little bit, you know, a little bit, how am I supposed to say it? MEAN, a little bit mean. But this one person who's a Din lady has taken it down 20 notches. She is the nicest Din lady in the whole school. She is so, so nice. You can just eat a little tiny bit of pasta from school and she'll say you can go. She's the nicest Din lady in the world. So that's also why I recommend, if you're still going to Vigo, tell your mum or dad that you want to go to Pilgrim's Cross, because it's way better at Pilgrim's Cross than it is at, you know, Vigo. So now moving on to my gaming channels. Well, I don't really have a gaming channel, but it would be really nice if you drop a like on this video, you subscribe, and you comment on this video, because I love you guys. You guys are the best. And so now we are going to be talking about my conspiracy theories about this game. Now, this game, Five Nights at Freddy's, it is basically one of the most funnest games I have ever played. My dad lets me play it, and basically, yeah. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, I think that Springtrap is actually purple guy is controlling all of the animatronics, and he controls the most. Springtrap is controlled the most because I have a conspiracy theory that Purple Guy hides inside of Springtrap to see what you're doing, so he can easily kill you in the game. Just like 8-Bit Ryan, they are basically conspiracy theories that, well, they say conspiracy theories, and they basically say that, you know, on and on and on and then so and so. So now we're moving on to, now we've talked about Five Nights at Freddy's conspiracy theories, we're moving on to Minecraft conspiracy theories. I think that Herobrine is actually Steve, but Steve is just a player, but Herobrine wasn't supposed to be added into the game yet. I think it was supposed to be a secret into the game that you have to earn. So I think you have to earn the Herobrine totem to actually spawn him in. But I think there's a way you can spawn him in without the mod or digging into the ground. Because if you saw me and my friend Taylor in the last video, we got pretty worked up about this one thing, and we made a Steve head. We made a Herobrine totem without the netherrack with the Herobrine head on it, and then we were playing hide and seek on Minecraft in a village that wasn't that far away, and we came back to see that the eyes have changed. So I thought that Herobrine was real, so we started to put questions on signs around the around the Herobrine totem, and the signs turned red. The signs just turned red. It was really freaky, and I don't know how, but it's so freaky. So now we are basically going to do conspiracy theories about this game. I don't really know the game myself, but I recommend that if you're 18 or under, you shouldn't play the game, because this is so scary. You have to do all these stuff. I haven't played it myself. I just watch other people play it on YouTube, but I myself think it's scary, and I'm a pro gamer. I play all the scary games, seriously. I basically do whatever, but I play every scary game that I can find, but this game looks way too scary for me, so I suggest you don't play it. So now we're moving on to the conspiracy theories about it. I think it's called Don't Unlock the Phone. No, Stephanie's missing. It's something like, it has missing on the end, but I don't know the girl's name. We'll just call her Emily's missing. Sorry Emily in my class if you're watching this. I just had to think of a random name and that came in my head, Emily, okay? Yeah, I think you're okay with it, Em. Okay, so I think that Emily, in this game, is basically just she was pranking everyone to think that she's being kidnapped, but she herself was the killer, so she basically killed herself to get the police involved. So now we have talked about all the conspiracy theories that I know of. So now we are just going to talk about my school. Now, I've always been saying this in video, but if you still haven't talked about it to your mum or dad and you're in Vigo, please go to Pilgrim's Cross, because it's a way better place. So yeah. Now we are going to talk about my house. So if you have seen my house, you might not know if it is my house, if that even makes sense. So, excuse me. I woke up, I went to sleep really late last night at midnight, and I'm really tired. So, now we are just going to talk about, you know, oh yeah, I forgot my dad's side of the family. So my dad has about 12 people in his family. Well, more than 12 because I'm in his family, and my mum. So we are basically just going to think about I'm going to talk about my great nan. So some people in my family call her Nanny Great, but my mum calls her Great. And oh no, my nan's on my mum's side of the family. So there's this person called Wayne, and he's my uncle, and he's basically my dad's brother. So yeah. Now we're going to talk about my cousins. So Lisa is probably the best cousin ever. Like, I know she's like 13 now, but she is the best. She acts like she is a kid. She is basically the best person in the family, in one of my, as a cousin. So Lisa, if you're watching this, you're the best cousin ever. So now we're going to talk about beep 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 Harrison. If you're Harrison watching this, you're one of the best cousins in the world. So Harrison is a boy, as you all know, not Harrison from Twin Coconuts, but you know, my cousin. He's about, I think he's younger than Lisa, just about younger. So now we're going to talk about Edward. He's the smallest in the family, and he's so adorable, just like Jodie is. So basically Edward is like so shy, but he likes to swim in the pool a lot with us, and we basically include him in every single game. And yeah. So now moving on to their dog Coco. Sadly, Coco has sadly passed away, but when he was alive, when we went into my nan's place, he would always jump. He was that small that I could pick him up, so he was just so cute, and him and Tyler were best friends. So I haven't told Tyler that yet. I haven't told Tyler that Coco passed away. So now we're moving on to my favourite songs. So my favourite songs are, well, the people who made them are on YouTube, and their YouTube names are Nerd Out ! So basically they're the best because they have my favourite song. They made it. It's about Ark Survival. It's called Evolve. So check them out. Check Evolve out. And also set my subscribe button on fire, because there's Set Fire to the Sky, Ark Survival Evolved kinda type. So check them out. They're amazing. Smash that subscribe button, like, comment, and subscribe for more daily videos about my life. So now, I guess it's time to say bye, but we can always see each other in another video. Goodbye! Bye. Ow.